Hey, welcome to Learn About Astronomy, and this is a video to talk to you about a total lunar eclipse of the moon coming up in April 2014. So, on the night of April 14 to 15, we will have actually, through the Americas, a total lunar eclipse. So, here are the times. The partial eclipse begins at 1:57 a.m. 1:57 a.m. That's really in the middle of the night. So if you're in the East Coast, you'll have to wake up or you'll have to stay up all night if you want to see this eclipse. It starts at 1:57 a.m. Totality will begin at 3:06 a.m. and go all the way through 4:25, and partial eclipse will end at 5:33. A little earlier, you'll have penumbral eclipse that we call. That's when the moon is slowly getting into Earth's atmosphere. So around 1:35, 1:40, you should start noticing a slight dimming of the moon. So this is a very nice total lunar eclipse. It is just unfortunate that on the East Coast it's in the middle of the night. If you're on the West Coast, though, it's interesting because on the West Coast, it actually means that the eclipse begins in late evening. So if you don't want to stay up all night, you can actually at least spot the eclipse before going to bed. If you're, or you can stay up a little later and see it. Part of the eclipse before going to bed. Eastern coast, you'll have to really watch it in the middle of the night. One thing you can do is, if you're an early riser, maybe put your alarm clock a little earlier and wake up in the middle of the totality, somewhere around 3:30 or 4 a.m. At least you'll have a few hours sleep and you'll still be able to see the moon. Now the moon, what will it look like? Will it be bright enough? We haven't had that many very big, very large volcano eruptions. So we expect to have a bright enough moon in that period of time. It should be pretty much a reddish moon, and it should be fairly bright, we believe. Not like the ones we had in the few years past, where it happened a few times where actually the totality of the moon was so dark that it was almost invisible. And so I don't think this year that's going to be the case, because there weren't that many big volcanic eruptions in the past years. So the atmosphere should be actually much clearer. So that's pretty cool. So why not take a peek on that night? So, that's one of the great ways, if you don't work, or if you can spare the time and have a full night of observation. Why not gather with friends or family and say, hey, let's pull an all-nighter and watch that lunar eclipse. Always beautiful to watch. So that's pretty much what's going to happen. It's visible throughout all of North America. If you're in the really northeastern part of North America, like in the Canadian Maritimes, one thing that's going to happen is that the moon is going to be setting while it's still in eclipse, but with a line basically west of Ottawa, Toronto, you should actually be able to see the full eclipse with no problem. Actually, the totality will be there. Even a partial eclipse should be pretty much easy to see here. It's really more to the east, where it's going to be a little problem towards the end. But even then, you should see pretty much most of the eclipse itself. So take note of the night of April 4th to 15, 2014 for that total lunar eclipse of the moon. If you enjoy our videos, why not subscribe to our channel? You'll be informed when new videos are online. If you have any comments or questions, let us know. And maybe you have a suggestion or maybe something you'd like us to talk about on astronomy, let us know. We'll try to put that video online. And hey, if you want to learn more about total lunar eclipses and the information, why not go ahead and buy yourself a copy of Sky and Telescope or Astronomy, two great magazines from the United States that are full of information. And if you buy the April issues, you'll have all the info on the total lunar eclipse. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.